Oh, hello. I hope you're having a lovely day. Well, there's a couple of significant things that happened today. Yes, I had my period. And, we got a new pope. A new pope. A Pope Leo. He loves Trump. And also, there's a new trade deal. Yeah, a new trade deal. We've got the details of it. Well, sort of the details of it. It's really a trade deal. It's really just a tariff agreement, really. But anyway, they're calling it a comprehensive trade deal. Well, Donald Trump is. And Peter Mandelson kind of tripped him up a little bit, that he did. But that's Peter Mandelson for you. He's a flipping snake in the grass, that one, I'll tell you. Crikey. He ain't the best geezer in the world, no. Anyway, we've got in the chat here. Hello there. Ooh, Keir Starvers are not letting a bleached chicken in, is he? Put it like this. We'll get into the detail in a moment, but they're saying no. Alright. But how are they going to stop them? We can't even stop E. coli beef coming from Africa. We can't even stop toxic sweets coming from the United States. Illegal sweets. You have bonbons, Cheetos and stuff like that, you know. So how the hell are we going to stop them? We haven't got the facilities in the UK to check absolutely everything, because we don't. We don't check everything. We might do odd spot checks. Even that is pretty much, you know, oh, whatever, come on through, you know, inland border checks and all that, you know. There isn't like, I don't know, a show for the lorries through to the inland border check. No. It's just, you know, it's over there, mate. Well, they can go over there instead, can't they? And then drop their loads off. It's, the whole thing is a bit mess, really. And although the UK the Farmers Union is not kicking off too much about it at the moment, they have had some things to say. They will. They will, because it's going to squeeze the market. It's going to squeeze the UK's meat market. It's limited, so there's only a certain amount supposed to be getting in, which will be done by the chief system and the new import systems in the UK, which keep falling flat on their face. So I don't hold a lot of hope. I don't. I think the evidence is there to say that they'll find its way through. Won't be all of it. Though, yeah. And the other thing we've got to remember is, you know, if it's the norm for farmers in the United States to produce hormone-injected beef and what have you, well, where's this meat going to be coming from if it isn't going to be the hormone-injected? Yeah, if that is the norm. I imagine you've got organic farmers and stuff like that. Maybe that would be a thing. I don't know. I think proof is going to be in the pudding and see what actually happens down the line. But at the moment, I don't hold a lot of hope. But before I get into that, I'll get into the Pope. We got a new Pope. He's American. You got an American Pope, yeah. I think he's from Chicago or somewhere. Yeah, and Trump has, oh yes, Chicago-born cardinal. Yeah, I think his name, he's a... there we go. I'll tell you what, I'll bring it up in the bottom here for you. There you go. Oh, what's going on there? All the people waving their arms about. What are they doing that for? Let's get rid of that. Don't want that. Close that. All right. I've got to try and get it big enough for you, haven't I? That's what I've got to try and do. I suppose I can drag that over. Like that. Make that a little bit bigger. Yeah. All right. So the president. Let's bring that a bit higher and all. There you go. Oh, yes, come my chin. Chinny chin chin. So anyway, Trump has sent his best wishes. He's looking forward to meeting the Pope. All right, Pope Leo. Well, that's his sort of his a special name. I don't know. Anyway, it's Robert Prevost, and he can speak Italian, so that's okay. It's going to be Pope Leo, and I'm not sure what these numbers are. It's X1V. What's that? Just something 5, I reckon. Anyway, he's one of the popes. So he's had some how to put it, some he was pretty scathing of J.D. Vance, the US President, Vice President, damn it. Yes, J.D. Vance. He wasn't very he wasn't it, he wasn't very, how to put it, admiring of him. No, he says basically he says there's nothing remotely Christian. Says at the bottom there, nothing remotely Christian, American, or morally defensible about a policy that takes away children from their parents and warehouses them in cages. So that's the new Pope. That's what he said about J.D. Vance and Trump. You see, they're like fake Christians, aren't they? You know. Now, I'm not a religious person, all right? I'm being absolutely honest with you. I'm not a religious person, okay? But if you are going to be a Christian, you don't want to be one like Donald Trump, the US president. Dum dum. That is. Well, you see, it's just, it beggars belief. It really does. Why these people are there? I've got paint on my hands. So look at paint. Yeah. Why these people are even pretending when it's blatantly obvious they're not Christians. Oh, I know. I'll go and do a confession once a week, and I've got a fresh start for next week, so I can put more kids in cages. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, not. People are flipping awful, aren't they? Hello, Firestorm arrive. Yeah, another all shorts landscape mode, please. No, I don't at the moment because I didn't schedule it properly. So I just, this is like a last minute decision. If it wasn't, I would go landscape. You see, this goes into the feed of the short feed as well. Otherwise, I wouldn't get no viewers at all. I'll get like one or two because I've already used all my notifications up to date. You see, so I wouldn't have like choice. So that's why I chose the vertical format. Hello, JBD Online and Billy Kershaw. All right, boy. Yeah, all right, boy. Yeah. Put the kettle on. Romanus Iant Domus. Romans go to. Okay, go with the house. Well, they've had their smoke, their pink smoke, their red smoke, they had all their smokes, and now we've got a new Pope. Don't mean nothing to me whatsoever. I'll be absolutely honest with you, it's like baloney, but there you go. Hello, everybody. Hello, Marcus. Hello to you too, my friend. Now, you want to say good evening, Saint Marcus. It's me. It's got a halo. I've got a halo now. Mate, that's what I should have done. I should have had a little floaty halo above my head. I'm just too evil for that, to be fair. 91 Leeds, hello there. Hope you're well. Good evening, Saint Marcus and all, and David Drago. Hola. Long time, yeah. I have been about, my friend. I've been doing more kind of like walkie boat lives, if you know what I mean. Hey, Marcus. Hey, man. Mark Van Betts. Hope you're well, my friend. Hey, Marcus. And Starmer makes deals with such a government. Yeah, I know. It's not getting well, is it? No. Now, he's had a bit of a... I want him to be a third one. See, a bit trip, you know. You've had a hat trick then, hasn't he? Of trade deals this week. You see, he's had his India trade deal, which is probably the better one, to be fair. Because they are producers. In the day, the United States is a consumer, and we're a bit of a consumer, to be fair. We do produce, we do export quite a bit to the United States. Lowering the tariffs isn't a bad thing, but we're still out of pocket to what we were before Donald Trump was the president, because there are still tariffs so excessively high. They used to be around 2%, and now they're like, oh my god, a baseline of 10%, which ain't gonna help the UK much. No, it's. And when I look what's going on in the United States, I don't think the United States is done for at the moment. I really do. I just, from what I can see, reading from the, sitting on the fence and looking in, I feel, crikey, you've broken all your relationships, the trust that countries might have had with the United States is gone. It's broken. It's done for. It's going to take a very long time to build that up again, and it ain't going to happen until the orange blancmange is out of the White House. You know, what a mess. And it's getting messier by the minute. He has his little tantrums, doesn't he? You know. It's just, I can't come out of the blue, now he's attacking the movies. The movies, for Christ's sake, he's attacking the movies. Put tariffs on them. Like 100% tariffs on the movies. That are produced from faraway lands, yes. Sebastian, stop looking at me like that. He's looking at me. I'll have to give him a treat because he's looking at me funny. Pandora's already left me. She's gone upstairs to see Mummy. There you go, Bear. Yeah, there you go. I just don't see it ended well for the United States, and it does sadden me because there's many good people in the United States. I know that there's a bit of a bad rep, but we always hear the loudest mouths, don't we? We had that with Brexit. We've got that with reform at the moment, and people voting for reform. Oh my Gideon, aren't you absolutely bonkers voting for Nigel Farage? People have lost their minds. Can't they see what's happening across the pond? Can't they like what's happening across the pond? The people who voted for Donald Trump are some of the same people who have been exported, trafficked to El Salvador. Stupid is as stupid does, you could say. Yeah. Quite frankly, you can't get much more stupid than that. Voting for a man like Donald Trump, and voting again for a man like Nigel Farage. 2 peas in a pot. That once, instead of being sprayed orange, the other one likes to wear yellow corduroys. Lovely. Such a stylish man he is. Crikey. I really ought to pop the chat up so I can see it there, don't I, really? Should I do that? I'm going to do that. Pop out the chat. Bring it over here so I can see it. Oh, there is Bet. It's now in front of my eyes. That makes a lot more sense. It does. Instead of me chicken necking. Oh, don't talk about chickens. Chlorinated chicken. Oh my giddy aunt. Drink some bleach. Bright lights. Oh, bright light. Yeah, that's going to help me COVID, isn't it? And now they, crikey, the organisation in the United States that checks the viruses and stuff like that, that's now been shut down as well. Another announcement today. But don't worry, Donald Trump is trying to get what's her name again? Tina Peters out of prison. Yeah, she got a 9-year jail sentence for manipulating the vote or the machines or something or other back when apparently the vote was stolen. You see, Donald Trump didn't like that, did he? No, he still thinks it as well, don't you? It was stolen from us, he said. Well, anyway, she ended up in jail. It was a jury trial as well, and she ended up in jail. And now they're trying to do Opus Corpius, Mobius, or anyway, to get her out of jail. Can't pardon. She's in this. She was a state prosecutor, you see, and trial and all that. So then go too well for her. That's what happens, you see. If you vote for Donald Trump, you're going to spend some time maybe an insurrection or something like that. You got to do it first. You're going to spend some time in jail, until some idiots vote him in again, and then we end up with him pardoning 1,500 insurrectionists plus a few more. And now he's trying to get this woman out because she's got a red hat. Beggars belief that does. Oh, general strike, or it's the gun in the safe. Oh, come on, America. Yeah, I know. So general strike is if you want to protest, that is what you got to do. The problem is people need to pay their bills as well, don't they? But if everybody got together, or a large proportion of the population did a general strike, that would cripple the United States. Donald Trump would have to react. You'd have to. See, the thing with the protests, they did their best to ignore them, didn't they? No matter how many people, that first was like 5 million odd people, that first, national protest. Well, they have to chlorinate their chicken because they have poor health facilities and no regulations. Yeah, literally, chuck on the floor, kick around the feet a few times, chuck it in the bucket of bleach, and it's all right. Well, actually, it goes through machines, and it's all done machines. You could argue the chlorine's not there, but that's not the point. It's not whether or not there's chlorine on the chicken still. It's the fact that the chicken has not been reared under good hygiene and good standards in the first place. And a certain amount of that chicken, even when chlorine washed and stuff, still ends up having, not all of it, some of it, high percentages, like 10% of it, that's 6%, sorry. They found about 6% still has salmonella or E. coli or something nasty there. So yeah, that's it's not great. It's not great. And the UK ain't great at checking stuff at the border. It just isn't, because we don't have the veterinarians, for the phytosanitary, we don't have the people. We don't have them. We had to ship out meat products to, I think it's to the Netherlands, to be packaged and checked and then brought back again in the UK. We just don't have enough people qualified. I know the United States haven't, because they've put them all in prison. Oh dear me! And now they're trying to lock up oh my Gideon, what's his name again? Oh, for God's sake! Oh, brain fog. The biochemist geezer, the vaccine geezer. Oh. Put it in the chat. I've forgotten his name again. Crikey. My fibro in my LJ, you see. Salmonella, that was it, yeah, salmonella. And some people have actually died from this, and also in the UK, some people have died from chicken that was imported into the UK from Poland. They have better standards. And they ain't chlorine washed or anything like that. But what happened, you see, since we came out of the European Union, like a bunch of fucking idiots, and they decided that was a good idea. And no, it wasn't, because all they're doing now in the EU, they're quite happy to send us their crap. Oh, we'll send them the old batch. Oh, stuff in there's getting a bit old and sitting around a bit, see how they'll have it. So we end up having a shitload of meat products from Poland, chicken, this is, and some people actually died from it, which is obviously very sad. But these things shouldn't happen. That's why you're supposed to have, food hygiene standards. But if you start from the beginning, you rear your animals, look after your animals, and make sure they're all in good, ship shape and that, not stuck on a mega farm somewhere where there's hundreds of thousands of cows and billions of chickens and all pooping and shitting and eating all in exactly the same place. Oh my Gideon, it's not going to be good, is it? How is it going to be good? Would you want to eat them like that? No, I don't think you would. No. You might as well be in El Salvador. Or that Libyan prison that he's going to be sending people to next. What the hell? That place is like, crikey, that's known for all sorts of human rights, like rape and all sorts of stuff. Oh, send me. No, don't. Blimey. Hoops grew. Well, they have chlorinated their chicken because their poor health facilities. Exactly right, that's very true. And all started caught alive. Yes, a random live because some things have happened. So I was going to make a video, then I thought, let's go live instead. Otherwise I'd have to go in my little room, which is, I suppose I could have done one in there, to be fair. I've got my little place that I make my videos in, though. It's just got my cameras and stuff in, so yeah, it's cold in there at the minute because it's night time. I just had to put the heating on in there, although I put the fire on in there because it's blinking cold in there as well. Had rain today as well. How could the British government allow US beef in the UK as a part of their? I know it absolutely. The farmers will be very, very disappointed. But let's be honest about this, right? Those on the right are going to say, well, this is a benefit of the Brexit. Toxic meat. It's a benefit of Brexit. The farmers have already been screwed because of Brexit. The farmers can't get their meat products, as they once did, into the European Union, our closest and nearest trading partner, as they once did, and it crippled them. And many farmers have actually, they don't talk about this, but the same's going on in the United States, actually. Many farmers actually commit suicide. Which is horrific, I don't wish that upon anybody, but it's horrendous. Because the pressure of farming is one of the worst industries to be in for suicides. It is, that's not dentistry, alright? It's not the whole 9 yards. It's the farmers. And why is that? Well, they have to work out all ours God send. They can't. It's very difficult to go on holiday, have time out, and stuff like that. Obviously, you've got to look after your animals, and you've got your harvesting, you've got to organise, a lot of pressure with other people when you have like collaborations, and to get all because the smaller farms don't necessarily have combines, so they kind of share one. And it becomes a right headache. The whole thing is a great headache. Some people love it, and some people end up with too much pressure, and obviously the loans and debt and stuff like that. See, why they're in the EU, in the UK, and Well, the good thing for them back then was the fact that they had access to interest-free loans. Regarding the agricultural sector, so they had some benefits of being in the EU, but they still voted to leave it. It's like all these rules, all these rules. Well, the rules are to protect people from toxic meat. They ain't just going to be sideswiped just because you left the European Union. I'm sure the British government don't want to poison their people either. It's not America, For Christ's sake. Blimey. Now, I don't know what the cost of meat is in the United States and what it would cost in the UK once it's been imported. I don't know. But the thought or the idea that the idea that there will be some way or some mechanism in place to stop hormone-injected beef and chlorine-washed chicken and other food products coming into the United Kingdom, and it's all going to be checked and it'll be hunky-dory. I think it's for the birds. Like I said, we can't even check the stuff coming from the EU properly. Or from, Africa and, No. We don't have the means to do it. We haven't trained the people. And Brexit has scuppered that one again, you see, because we didn't need it before, you see, with the European Union. We all had the same standards. And although we technically have now, we've relaxed some of them, which actually puts us out on the fence regarding the European Union, regarding toxins in the sense of herbicides and pesticides. So that is also caused a little bit of a headache of importing stuff into. It's a lot of the stuff's banned, you see. It's been banned. So it's not going to be very easy to. The thing is, you see, it's not. Get my worms in it. Breathe, Marcus, breathe. I'm tripping over my worms, I am, yeah. Well, the thing is, you see, if any stuff comes from the United States, we still need to be able to export it again into the EU. Because products that we make, such as finished, like for instance, I don't know where they're made, but say Finder's pancakes, for instance. Now, we had an episode with them where it contained horse meat. For years back, that was, but they did. They contained horse meat. I think they were made in France, actually, but in France they eat horse meat. Right, you see it in the supermarkets on occasion. It's not very often, but it's cheval. It's here in the supermarkets. It does look very lean, I must admit. Unlike cow beef, it looks the same, apart from it's not full of fat. But okay, horse, like eating a dog. I could do that. God's sake. I didn't even know where we're getting the beef. I mean, most blue states are still healthy, okay. But I mean, again, we're not told much here in the UK. And the chicken from Poland was a shocker. Yeah, it is a shocker. They are in the EU. And that was when it was a bit more right-wing, right? Luckily, they've got a much better president now. But yeah, it was a bit shitty. It's not great, is it? Because we get a lot of meat stuff from places like Lithuania. We get a lot of chicken from Lithuania, Romania, places like that as well. And you could argue the standards aren't good. The food standards in the UK are pretty good. The farmers' standards are pretty good. I'd like to be better. To be fair, but as a whole, they are. I'm not keen on intensive farming. All right, I've got a bit of a problem with it. I don't like the idea of constantly turning over soil to destroy it. You ruin all the microorganisms and stuff like that in the soil and the structure of the soil, and it just toxic runoff from the cows just constantly being in the same place all the while. Then they put them in the sheds for huge periods of time, and then they feed them silage, and they wonder why they get ulcers, and it's not great. And that's general practice, And it's the same. It's similar here in France, but we do have land here in France, and you do see a lot of cows in the fields. In fact, I know there is, because there's some over there, and there's some over there in the field. All right. Because I live pretty much, it's very rural here anyway, and we've got our local farmer over there. And although he's a bit of an arrogant sod, I would say he's one of the better, he's a good farmer. His cows always look in good condition, he moves them from field to field, and so they don't overgraze. And these are the things you got to worry about. You see, overgrazing. Now, when they're putting these things, you look up mega farms, all right? They got them in Australia. They got them in the United States. If you look that up and have a look, see how many cows are in these pens. And small. There's actually something to the drone footage of it actually. If you can find that online, it's quite shocking. The conditions these cows are in. I mean, really rough. In fact, I've shared videos on here before, years back. This was where the sheep were being dipped, and they literally put them into this, into the like a big container with all these sheep. They had this like gate. Well, it looks like a gate. A grid that came down on top of these sheep, pushing them under the fluid. They leave them there for a period of time. Not too long, obviously they'll drown. And then they dip up. So they're ingesting all this fucking toxic poison. It's basically pesticide. That's what sheep dip is. I understand why you got to do it. Because, you've got blowfly and all sorts of stuff you got to think about. And we used to keep sheep, you see, here. And as although it's a very small menagerie it was, we only had about, mainly Westons and some Suffolks, Tackles, about 20, around 20 odd sheep. So we're not a lot, hardly anything. But when you get over 7, they start taxing you on it and they start getting a bit silly. But you see, the problem is they breed. We started off with like 3. Anyway, they're breeding. But one of our sheep, little Ruby, who we rehomed, I know where she is. She's still going. She is. She had 5 lambs. 5 lambs. It's not the record. The record's 6. But generally, they only have 1 or 2. But yeah, she was big. Yeah, she's like a big blunderbuss thing. She was here. Anyway, she got blowfly, and I didn't realise what was going on until I was checking on them, and I could see what she was doing. She was rubbing up against the post, and her fleece was like, "Move! What's going on there?" So I looked underneath her. This will gross you out. This will. This would need good hygiene, good care of the animals, and this was happening underneath the fleece, and it was full of blowfly and maggots in her flesh. She had all these little maggots gnawing away at her, and I could literally get hold of her fleece and pull it off. Just flop down the side of it and sort of hanging on. So what I did is I to get rid of them, because I use a hacksaw blade, and I was scratched with a hacksaw blade. It's gross, isn't it? Am I grossing you out? It manipulated them out, it did, yeah. Manipulated out the little maggots and stuff. And then we managed to keep on top of it then and got stuff for the blowfly and shit like that. So we were novices. But she was fine, she was absolutely fine. So in the end, that must have been horrific, but she must have. Now, once she was scratching on the post, she must have been so itchy, poor little bugger. Did you move to France to escape Brexit? No, actually, we moved to France in 2009. So it was before Brexit. And Brexit really put us through a hell of a lot of stress, like a lot of British immigrants, not expats, immigrants living here in France, and we didn't know what's going to happen. We didn't have a clue. The missus were getting stressed, I was getting stressed, and you think, what's going to happen, Some people had already, before even anything was about to happen, some people already moved back to the UK because they're stressed again. Anyway, we'd been here long enough. We'd been there over 5 years at that point, or 6, 7 years at that point. And no, longer than that, actually, by the time we had the end of the transition period. So anyway, it was fine. And France was really good to us. It was really easy to sort out. We got ourselves a carte de séjour. The French aren't good enough to get citizenship yet. We're still working on it, but we'll get there eventually. It's getting harder because they've toughened up the rules, you see, which make it even harder. But anyway, the baptism of sheep, bit like that. Yeah, it's a bit gross, though, isn't it? Yeah, it's just cruel. Just cruel. They don't know what's going on, do they? It's torture. Stick them in the old sheep dip, and the days are passing. You just push your head under with a broom. You don't know. They've got these hydraulic things because the farms are getting so big, and that's when you got a problem with animal hygiene. You think about, like, for instance, with these mega farms, all these cows and sheep, they're all penned in fixed areas, and they're all pooping, and there's no grass for them to eat or anything. They're relying on feed, and they just get ill. And when you use silage and that as well, they get rotten stomachs and stuff. Not great. Stolen Range Rovers? What stolen Range Rovers? Yeah, it's rather gross. Level 70, so about that. Nothing beats a limousine, yeah. Oh, the limousine cow. Yes, the brown cow. That's what we have here. Farmers in the UK cry poverty, yet I see many of them driving around in new Range. Oh, I see that. There's farmers and there's farmers. They ain't all got. They've got loans. They've got debt. Shitloads of debt. There's some farmers with huge amounts of money, land, and doing quite well because they've got enough land. But a lot of these farmers are gonna fall flat on their faces because they don't have enough land to make it profitable when it used to be profitable. A lot of family farms, aren't they? You know, or menageries and stuff. And there's no favourable tax systems for them. Yeah, I'm talking about the menageries, the small farmers and stuff. See, in France, they under a menagerie, they do a simplified tax regime if you've got under a certain amount of cattle and stuff like that, and you get a lot of benefits, a lot of stuff to help you, but not in the UK. I don't know what's like in the UK. In the United States, I imagine that's everything there's gone to the wall. Doge, as you know, Doge screwed everything up for the people in the United States. Absolutely screwed everything up, and it's for everybody else as well because Donald Trump trying how to put another dead cat in the ring. Dead cat in the ring. He comes up with a new tariff. It's just a new game, isn't it? You know, like I said, the last one's the movies. Saturday night, the movies. Oh, I've run out of coffee. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, pool sheep, blowflies are just, they are horrible. Horrible. Just dropped in here, but I'm going off on a limb and say the beanie and the glasses give your political positions away. Well, I'm a bit sort of centre-left, I'd say I am. I'm not lefty. So what's my glasses and my hat got to do with it? How do I stand? I want to treat everyone with some sort of level of dignity. Right? Am I hard left? No, I say definitely not. I've been in business long enough to prove that otherwise. To be honest, and when you're in business, you got to be relatively tough, ain't you? But I'll say I'm about left to centre. So I wouldn't say I'm a natural Labour voter. To be honest, I'm more Green than Labour. You know, I'm a big greenie. I love to do things like plant trees. Right, we're planting shitloads of trees here. We're doing rewilding here, you see, and also like to do natural shit like walk through the woods and shit like that. I mean, climb trees. Just ordinary kind of old school stuff. But I also like tech. I'm a bit of a techie person, so I like making stuff. A woodworker. That's what I'm really, a woodworker. What for a show today? Well, we've got a new Pope who hates J.D. Vance and the new regime in the White House. Yes, the Pope, Leo, has said something in the past, yes, about can't really call them Christians, basically. They're fake Christians. So we've got this new Pope. There he is. Look at him. Oh, it's a new Pope. Ain't you proud of your new Pope? He's waving. Hello, new Pope. And he's an American. Got the American Pope. That's a first, isn't it? That is. I thought we had the Argentinian Pope. I was hoping we were going to get a black Pope. That's what I was hoping for. But they've got the American Pope. I wouldn't have minded, a black American Pope. That'd been alright, but now we've got a white American Pope. Speaking Italian. What's he saying? Do you know what he's saying? I got a clue.
Ovunque siano, a tutti I popoli, a tutta la terra, la pace sia con voi.
Oh, is it the smoke? Where's the smoke? Oh, the smoke! Look at the smoke! The white smoke! They've chosen several hours ago now, but I've chosen. Got a new Pope. He's going to go around in a weird Land Rover made out of glass. So he'll get shot. Yeah, oh, crikey. It makes people happy, I suppose it matters. Who cares what colour he is? I don't give a damn about that. I was hoping for that because they're more about culture than anything else. And also pissed Donald Trump off. Oh, look at that. Look at the crikey. Look, oh. Oh, crikey. Oh, it's too noisy. Defo lefty. I am left. I'm left to centre, so of course I'm lefty. There you go. You got your Pope smoke. That you have. Stick that in the pipe and smoke it. And there will be a swimming pool chicken too. Well, that's the way they do it, isn't it? They stick it in the swimming pool with all the kids running around peeing at the same time. It's not just chlorine washed; it's urine washed. Yeah. And so what? Actually, why would I have a problem with lefties? I think something that people. I tell you what I think. All right. If you are extreme right, all right, and if you're extreme left, eventually you meet up in the middle. You just do. And do I want to be right in politics? No. If Donald Trump, if Maloney, if anything to go by, if Victor Orban, no, I do not want to be on the far right of politics. No. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to stick people in cages just because they end up across the border. No, there's no need for it. It's just stupid. All the United States is doing at the moment is antagonising everybody. This is antagonised. Don't get boop the old like button. Boop. You want to support the channel, you can do it on the super chat. Oh, yeah, super chat down below. I'll make sure I see your comments in as well. The incense burner in the Kneecap movie, full of weed. Oh, I got incense burner over there. It's not full of weed though. No. I was hoping they wouldn't find a Pope at all. that would be a win for humanity. Oh, when you think about most wars are fought over religion, aren't they? You know what's going on in Israel and Gaza, and then you know what's going on with Putin and his cardinal geezer who keeps blessing the missiles from holy water. What the heck's that? Come on, this is madness, absolute madness. The religion was there to control people. That's all it is. It's a way of controlling people. Now, I understand there's a few people out there who want, it gives them a reason to do good by others and look after neighbours and stuff like that. Well, then, okay, that's fine, isn't it? There's some good's coming out of it. But when it's used as an excuse to kill and maim, and then go on, I don't know, have your confession on your Sunday, and stick a bit of rice paper on your tongue, and you're all's well again. Start again, you see. Putting more kids in cages. Just ask Donald Trump. He knows. Oh, dear. That's a mad take. There's borders for a reason. God's sake. Of course there's borders for the reason, but yeah, you deport them, fair enough. You don't have to stick them in El Salvador. In a prison. You know? There aren't many borders here in the EU. We get on with each other. Like we do. We'll try to anyway. Far out. Oh, the cosmic man. What happened if you are extremely gay like me? Oh, my giddy aunt. I tell you what. We'll make an example of you. David Drago. Yeah, they make an example of you. Yeah. You might like it. Oh, it'll be a special prison for you, mate, I'll tell you. Yeah. Crikey. I was hoping for a Philippine Pope. Why not? Why the hell not? Oh, that's a good point. We had 3 black popes in the early days of Rome in the medieval times. There you go. That's a good point, actually. But I think the culture was a little bit different back then, wasn't it? Where we going? Cyber Ash 3000. Replying to Steve McGowan. Steve McGowan said, I'm assuming everything imported would have to meet EU regulations. I wonder if it's going to Northern Ireland at all. Well, that might cause some complications. Since you've got the Windsor Framework, which was the Northern Ireland Protocol, and Northern Ireland's pretty much treated for trade as the same as the European Union. Because it's attached to here, Ireland. So that could cause complications there. Actually, if you're in Northern Ireland, there's a distinct possibility you're not going to be getting any of that chlorine wash chicken and hormone injected beef. I think you got an extra protection. You're okay. Don't worry. If you're in Ireland or Northern Ireland, even that, I'm assuming everything imported. Okay, Steve McGowan. Well, most have to meet UK regulations, which in food are higher than. Higher than the EU in some areas, and the EU is higher in many areas than the UK. For a start, we're not spraying our fucking fields at the moment. We're not using glyphosate to kill off the wheat so you can harvest the germ because because your climate in the UK is not quite as good as it is here. Expect hunger. I could do with being a bit hungry, to be honest, because I need to lose some weight desperately. I'm on these fucking tablets. I have so many bloody tablets a day now, and it's like, crikey, ever since I've been taking them, I've been putting weight on. What are they? Fat tablets? I think they must be. I put on so much weight with these fucking 5 miles, yeah. And that just the Loxetine stuff. It just, it's annoying. I'm assuming. Oh, sorry, here we go. There we come. Stop the greed! A member for 17 months. I suspect that the trade deal is mostly about arms trade. That'd be a very foolish thing to do. The UK. Currently, the United States is not to be trusted on that front. Oh, I know. We're going to send them our new F-47s. I'll send our new F-47s, but I know, but 10% less power or something, he was saying, wasn't he? No, them sides. Can we trust them? Will they brick them? Will they do what Tesla can do and stop it? Like they did to the ones owned by Provoska, what was his name? Was that geezer who was fighting in Ukraine with his Teslas with guns on the top. Anyway, apparently he was saying that this geezer, I can't remember his name anyway, he's either Russian or Belarusian or something. Anyway, he's who's fighting in Russia with these multi-millionaire, very rich geezer, oligarchy type geezer. Anyway, he was fighting with these or donating to be fighting with these blinking Teslas with the guns on the roof. And apparently they were gifted by Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, once he got found out, he bricked them. He stopped them from working. So, yeah, they just broke down in the field. Hello there, all shorts. Keep it PG. Parental guidance. What PG? Are you talking about, what for the V? Hungary seems to hate the EU. Oh, Hungary! That's not how you spell it, mate. You've got Hungary and also you've got Slovakia as well. Both of them have been not the peoples much, but the governments. And there are some very right-wing fascists, like for instance in... You've got the alternative, the AfD, the Alternative for Deutschland. They've been protesting as well against the European Union. But, when you got, like, National Front, where the Marine Le Pen's party, who has just been convicted for fraud. Her party is was looking to leave the European Union, and now they've looked at what's going on in the United Kingdom, and they've sort of pulled back from that. So, I wouldn't say it wouldn't happen, but it could do. It would be so stupid. France is in the middle. It's like, you got Spain, you got Italy, and then Germany, and Netherlands and Belgium. What's going on? I mean, it's a really stupid thing to do. We had to trade properly. It's been absolute headache. It's not the same place as it was all those years ago. And the same with the United Kingdom. It's not the same place it was. All of a sudden, you've got all this open borders and, well, not actually open borders, sorry, because obviously it wasn't in part of Schengen. You got open trade, tariff-free trade, and all that sort of stuff. And it's like getting the, who said that now? That was Joseph Ryan, like getting their eggs out of a baked cake with all these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of treaties that the European Union had. And all the UK treaties all basically just run out during our time while we were in the EU. And that's why they have to have all these rollover deals, which don't really do as much good. Better than nothing. Joe Pesci! Oh, I love Joe Pesci. Oh, crikey. Joe Pesci, right, back in the day, he was on... Oh, crikey. Sesame Street. Joe Pesci was on Sesame Street in the 80s or something, way back in the day. Anyway, they did a scene where they're taking the piss out of Donald Trump. And some people today are saying that's why he's looking at trying to shut down Sesame Street now. Because it's indoctrinating the children. So he wants to have re-education camps to educate the children in the United States. Well, that's pretty much what Stephen Miller will say, penis head. But damn me. As everything goes by, it just looks madder by the moment than it really, really does. The world's gone crazy, and it certainly has in the United States. It's madness. And now the UK has got this, isn't really a trade deal. Donald Trump said it's a comprehensive trade deal. It's not. It's really a tariff agreement. That's all it really is. And some of the tariffs have been reduced. And also allowing this chlorine washed chicken in, and hormone-injected beef. That has got limits, so only certain amounts allowed in. But, they're saying you shouldn't be going against the food standards of the United Kingdom, but you know as well as I do, it will be coming in. For instance, let me show you something. Alright. You see that? Those sweeties there? That is illegal in the UK, alright? And that's getting in, alright? You even got influencers, so-called influencers in the, on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram promoting this shit. And it's illegal in the UK. Because that's for the toxic chemicals. That is. So, should we have a look at this trade deal? I only briefly glanced over and I thought, I better go live, so I haven't actually looked at it properly. No, but there's a cow. Sorry. Oh, look at his little nose. So, anyway. Oh, look at that. I tell you, they're funny things. You walk past them, and what they do is they just follow you. They literally just follow you. And they think, whether they think they're going to get something, and then they stare at you. While eating the grass. It's just, they're funny creatures. They have feelings, that they do. Right, so let's just find this trade deal. We want the one by Mr. Walker. It's not that one. That one. That one. Oh, screw that. Not that one. Thank you. Oh, is it that one? Ah, Peter Walker. I was one here by Peter Walker. He sort of lays it out a little bit better, I think. Oh, my giddy ants too. Let's squish that down a bit. Oh, my giddy wants to stand to my head. Where am I? Oh, I'm here. So, does it squeeze all in there nicely? Sort of. So car, steel, beef, and films. The key point. Oh, so no 100% tariffs for UK film industry. That's quite handy. The key points of the US-UK trade deal after weeks of negotiations. It's not weeks. It's been going on, and they keep postponing it because they can't agree on anything. Of negotiation, the UK and the US have announced a new trade deal, and what does it involve, and what has been left out? And it's not meat. No, meat has not been left out. So, well, UK and US have announced a new trade deal. It's not really a trade deal, it's a tariff deal. So, automotive tariffs, right? Now, with Keir Starmer, Mr. Boring, the boring Keir Starmer, heading to the Jaguar Land Rover plant in the Midlands to herald the announcement. Now, for cars coming out, it's not perfect because it's not a free trade deal. It's just a reduced tariff deal. Plant in the Midlands to herald the announcement, and this is expected to be a major part of the deal, and it is. I'll tell you what is free trade deal, is, I believe, steel, and that is zero tariff now, which is obviously good. Now, so tariffs for UK cars imported into the United States will be cut from 27.5% to the baseline tariff of 10%. And don't forget, it was a lot less than that. It was about 2-something%. Up to a maximum of 100,000 cars a year, close to the total exports last year. So there's no growth in that. It's just, basically what we got. And this was, Starmer said, a huge and important reduction, even if it is capped. It is still a tariff. There's still 10% tariff. That's a lot. 10%. Well, 10 grand, it's a grand. Additional cost. Steel and aluminium tariffs. So the US tariffs, 25% on steel and aluminium, have been reduced to 0. So that is a good one. All right, that is obviously good for the UK. Let's see if we can just reduce this a little bit, get it back in a bit better. There you go. Oh, it's fun. It's fun. So this is relatively little in overall trade terms, comprised of, but we only do about 700 million a year in trade, so it's not a massive benefit to the UK. But is it capped? I don't know. It doesn't say it's capped. So, however, steel has a political resonance beyond its economic heft, with the UK government stepping in last month, because obviously we had a lot of problems just recently regarding steel plants, Chinese-owned steel plants about to shut down, and they had to step in. So obviously this is quite good, Agriculture, this is the biggie as far as I'm concerned. The most potentially tricky area of the deal, not least due to concerns among UK voters and farmers about chlorinated chicken and hormone-fed beef. It's still going to come in. There's nothing to stop it, The result was hailed by Downing Street as a win for both nations. As ever, the devil is going to be in the detail, obviously. Now, the government officials have said there has been no compromise on food standards. But they haven't actually said one way or another if it's definite. They said no compromise on food standards, and by law this stuff isn't supposed to come into the country. Don't mean to say it's not going to there, does it? We've got other stuff coming in the country that shouldn't be coming in. So who's going to stop it? I'm a bit pessimistic, to say the least. Now, it's capped, all right? So it includes a $5 billion worth agricultural exports from the United States. So it allows us to export our products to the United States, which could be good for the UK, obviously. But that'll be funny. We'll be exporting all the good stuff, all the good beef, to the United States with no hormones in it, and we'll be exchanging it at the border with your hormone-injected beef. What's the point? Why don't we just stick with why don't we just stick with our own beef, and then they can stick with their own beef? However, there's also worth $5 billion worth of agricultural exports from the US in the UK, with the US Agricultural Secretary Britt Rollins saying that the deal would exponentially increase our beef exports to the United Kingdom. Exponentially. So they're looking at yeah, it's going to mean quite a lot to them. Now, the National Farmers Union is headed by, oh crikey, Batty Batters, what's her name again? It's Batters, something Batters. I call her Batty Batters because this woman. She seems very nice, bit of a conservative mind, but she stood on the fence for a long time regarding the Brexit, and then when it came to the last minute, I think really the farmers should vote against Brexit and we should stay in the European Union at the last minute. By that time, all their minds have already been made. Stupid woman. Sorry. Oh, dear me. But said that the UK arable farmers could have concerns about the inclusion of large amount of bioethanol imports. So that would be like environmental fuels and stuff from the United States. Other areas at the White House, a guide to the deal, which, while brief, gave more details than its Downing Street equivalent. Oh, did it? Okay. Listed a series of other, more specific agreements, including streamlined customs procedures for the United States imports to the UK. Make it easy for them. Increased help for US firms with UK procurement. Oh, really? So, yeah, we're going to end up with more Palantir. Mr. Teal. Lovely. And when you consider pharmaceuticals have now been included in this deal. So there's areas where there's no news, but Trump has been threatening tariffs on this. An important area of the UK economy, but it does not fall under the agreement yet. Oh, okay, that's good. Trump's Commerce Secretary, speaking after his boss, indicated that more is to come. And it lays out the plan that you can work. Oh, this is like a framework of a deal. Hello, Gingers, hope you're well. It's a framework of the deal. So you can work with us with aero and commercial, and you can work with us in pharmaceuticals. So there's going to be stuff happen that most people aren't paying attention to, and it'll just get pushed through. There'll be something to, yeah, there will, won't it? The film industry. Film industry. All blue films are now zero tariffed. Oh, okay. Well, the Seven Dwarfs. Oh, I haven't seen that one. How excited I am, yeah. Anyway. Oh, and Debbie Does Dallas. Oh, I haven't seen that one either, no. Anyway, the film industry in the UK, the UK film industry reacted with horror to Trump's promise of that 100% tariff on all movies produced in foreign lands far away. With predictions it could wipe out businesses, a business worth billions of pounds to the UK economy. Now, there's no carve out for this in the United States UK deal, but this is not a surprise to begin with. The Trump's announcement was just days ago, also with less policy than a rant on social media. Very good point. So they wouldn't be included in this yet anyway, would it? Not yet. If it is. So that'll come later. Just, been enough time to do it, is there? Digital services. Well, the digital services in the EU, such as the Digital Marketing Act, is going to cripple people. As in the, how to put it, I say people, he's not a person, is he? He's a fascist, he's an Nazi. Oh, you know, Elon Musk. The rumours flying about at the moment, he's going to end up with a $1 billion fine. It's worked down 6%, you see, of your global income. There's a couple of companies that aren't included. I think Tesla's one of them. It doesn't make a lot of difference there because Tesla's gone flat on its face, isn't it? It's, the car part of the industry is not making any money. Not the parts either. There's been a speculation that Trump's team would insist on concessions in both of these areas as a price to reduce tariffs. Well, they have reduced the tax. That I do know. It was only about 2% before, but it's been reduced a bit. So digital, these tech bros, they're going to end up having to pay less tax in the United Kingdom, even though they probably pay very little anyway. Charge them more fucking tax. Less? Oh, is that too left? Oh, so drug prices will go up. Probably. Now, how it's worked here, I'm in France, right? We don't pay anything for our drugs because we're not. I have enough of them. We have to. We pay on an insurance policy for the top up. So 2/3 is paid by the state. The other third is paid by a mutual assurance. So it's we have to pay that every month, and that tops up our health. And those who have below average income, sort of below, I can't remember what it is as a threshold, they can get a thing called a complementaire, so they don't pay anything at all, and they get all the healthcare, whether it be hearing aids, glasses, everything. So yeah, it's pretty good healthcare, especially once you manage to work out the paperwork. It's not as bad since Macron's been in, because we saw it was like a Sarkozy way, and it's a little bit hell to paperwork. And it still isn't great, but it's been streamlined a lot. A lot of it's done online now, and there's a lot of the departments now in France have been brought into one, so it's simplified. And that the apps that they have actually work. They've got apps for our healthcare and stuff that we can use, and it just works. It's just really good, really good. So we've got no complaints. So answering questions in the Commons on the deal, Douglas Alexander, the Trade Minister, told MPs there's been no changes on that either. So the digital services then regarding tariffs and that, they don't know anything about that yet. It's too early. But I do know that the tax has been reduced. They're paying a little bit less tax. So I don't like it, but that's not up to me, is it? Yeah, Starmer needs to be held to account for this this deal. Well, piece of shit deal. It is. What we do have to understand and realise is that the United Kingdom is a tiny market in comparison to the United States. Tiny market. So you have to bear that in mind when you're negotiating a trade deal with a bigger market. And it's the same regarding the Trade Cooperation Agreement, isn't it? What the UK tried to negotiate with the European Union. Well, they hold all the cards, don't they? It's a much bigger economy. A lot more customers. 450 million people in the European Union. And that doesn't include the whole economic trading area. And there's 67 million in the UK, including the babies. So, there's a lot less people to trade with. And, 350 million in the United States to trade with. Bigger market. So you're not going to get, it's going to, obviously, if you have a trade deal with a country like the United States, it is going to gear towards the United States. It always was going to, and that's probably one of the reasons why they've always been sort of loggerheads, and it's taken a long while to get to this point. Boris Johnson tried, didn't he? Liz Truss tried, but she got beaten by less. And then you got pork markets, and then you got little Richie Sunak in his short trousers. He tried. But they wouldn't compromise on stuff, and Keir Starmer has obviously compromised. Looking at it though, he hasn't compromised as much, because at the end of the day, he could have just said, the United States could say, well, no, you're just going to have our chlorine washed chicken and what have you. There's nothing in the deal that says that, but I just believe it's just going to get through anyway. But, I think for Donald Trump, I think he was very keen to get something positive, because there's so much negative shit flying about. And the same with Keir Starmer. He's been attacked regarding this Indie deal, which actually I think is quite a good deal, from what I can see. Maybe they're the wrong colour people. That's what it is, isn't it? I bet it is. They're the wrong colour people for the racists. Can't we just start judging people, what they are instead of who they are? Not by what they are, not by who they are, not what they are, but I got the wrong way round. So, yeah, drug prices are up, most likely. Oh, we've got Kanzuk. Yeah, that's going to help us. Oh, dear. Maybe you can leave the United States bit. Oh, yeah, Kanzuk. Oh, maybe. You've seen in the UK. Yeah, where's... Yeah. Yeah, that might be good. Yeah, did we get a trade deal with the Canada in the end? I can't remember. I know they were negotiating one, and they had a very small chair. Something like that. That's a tactic by Liz Truss, that they have a little tiny chair or something, so they're uncomfortable. Such nuts. Absolute nuts, these people are. Oh. Don't forget, boop that like button. I can see some loves coming on. Come on, love. Give us the love. We want your love. Oh, yes. Boycott the United States. If nothing else, then for the good of your health. Yeah, there's that to it. You know. I don't actually really want to boycott the United States. It's not the United States I want to boycott. I want to boycott that fucking Cheeto Bandito. Palpatine. That's who I want to boycott. I don't want to boycott that make people's lives in the United States any worse than they got to be. You know? What's been self-inflicted. Unless you voted for Donald Trump, but then don't think sod you. You know, just like everything Brexit is sod them. Oh, crikey. No love there, I'll tell you. Crikey, they're still doubting, Brexit's always so great, Brexit's so wonderful. No, it's not. It's absolutely destroyed the UK's ability to grow. It really has. The European Union is like surging ahead. Even talking, other countries are now betting on the flipping euro instead of the dollar. All sterling, it's considered a safer currency. It's nuts. It's just, I think, how the worms turn. That it is. I wouldn't be surprised if Labour already done the deal already, and I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, I get your point now, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised that the deal's already done and that stage by stage is going to be announced. I'll be a bit surprised. Well, Reform UK is, how to put it, this is the thing about Reform, all right? The Reform Party is two entities. Not one, but two. Labour Party is the Labour Party. It's one entity. And there's a bank account for that entity. But the Reform Party is two entities. The registered party is not connected to the Reform Party, if that makes any sense. You've got Reform Party or Reform UK Party or something limited, and they must put limited in the name because it's a legal requirement to do so, because it's actually registered as a limited company in Companies House. So you've got to write LTD or the word limited, and that has got to be a part of your name. And that is the law. All right? I've had plenty of limited companies, so I know what the deal is there. But the actual party itself is registered with the register of parties now, political parties. There's a different name. It should be the same as the limited company name, but it's not. Check it out. I can't remember exactly what it is, but but yeah, they're different. So then they are technically different entities. They might be looking, on the face of it, look like they're the same thing, but they're not. And the thing is, the money's held or comes in, and it's done on the limited company side. So all that money, all those donations that come in, all right, you got fucking him, Farage, he can just take the money if he wants, it'd be considered as pretty illegal, in the sense that corrupt, but what does he care? He supports Donald Trump, so what do you expect? I know, the new Pope, he already is. Pope Leo, he already hates JD Vance, I know, and Donald Trump. He basically said, it's not very Christian, taking children away from their families and putting them in cages. He said warehousing them in cages, is what he said. Can't say fairer than that, can you? It's not exactly Christian, is it? People are evil. We like Trump in America. Not everyone. No. Only the silly people. Only the people that that doesn't understand how the world works. You know, daft people. Are you daft? Must be pretty daft. Oh, I can have a drink. Look what he's done. He's absolutely wrecking stuff. The veterans are screwed. All this DI shit. They're just American citizens. They've just been screwed over. And the stupid thing about it is, people who voted for are the ones that have been screwed over. But they can't necessarily see it. That is pretty daft. Jason Roberts, no. And I'll ban you on the channel if you write things like that. Quite frankly, so that can go. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, I'm gonna put. What should I do? Should I give you a chance? I'm gonna put you in timeout, alright? Because, quite frankly, I'm not having that shit. I've got no problems with trans people. I don't like it. It's all off. Quite frankly, there you go. What did we trans people ever do to you? Yeah, don't worry. I've just hidden them. Well, I've sort of put them on timeout. He's been a naughty boy. I put him on the naughty step. Alright? No, I've got no problems with people who are trans. I don't see whether I don't give a shit if that's being a lefty or whatever. I don't care. Alright? I'm not going to treat people like shit who, quite frankly, don't deserve it. It's never been a better time for most Americans to start voting Democrat. Kamala Harris is not the problem. She's not. They've got some good options out there now, as well. Got AOC. She's been pretty impressive, to be fair. Oh, crikey. Wouldn't things been different? If you had Bernie Sanders as the president, could you imagine it? You'd have your healthcare sorted out. Your healthcare, you'd be more Medicaid or Medicare, whatever it's called, You'll be being ripped off, been capped, medication being cheaper, pharmaceuticals and that, Could have been so much better for you. He came to the UK, actually, not that long ago. I think it was last year, and he spoke to a lady. It's just Sky News anyway. Sophie Ridge, I think it was. Anyway, she was interviewing him on Sky News. And that was face-to-face interview. He's a lovely man, he really is. And anyway, he basically said that hold on to your NHS, your National Health Service in the UK. It's a treasure. I don't care what people say. It is a treasure. It's not the NHS's fault that it's been screwed by consecutive governments, who haven't invested in it over several decades and moved with the times. It's in the end of the day, you're supposed to look after people. You can't have an efficient economy, an economy that works, unless you actually look after people. Unless you've got a healthy economy, a healthy population. It's just not possible. If everyone's sick and ill all the bloody time, you can prove it. Just look at COVID. The GDP just it plummeted, didn't it? Because everyone's ill. Or they were hiding, When people aren't available to work, the economy is hit. So you don't want unhealthy people who keep getting sick all the time, who's ill all the time, having time off, or they're depressed, or they're unhappy, You need a healthy people. And that's why you need a healthcare that works. For everybody. Not just the rich, not just those who've got to pay shitloads of money every single month. Just they've got some kind of healthcare. It should be free at the point of use. For everybody. The problem in the United States is that it's basically controlled by our corporations. A 15 quid inhaler that you can buy in the United Kingdom costs $400 in some states. an inhaler. We're talking about something that can keep someone alive. And in fact, one young lad in the United States, I can't remember who it was, I did a little video about it actually ages ago, and he did die because he couldn't afford his inhaler. God, I can't remember what that was now. Anyway, it was in the US anyway. Yay, cheers. Easy I am. Good on you, shorty. No, you're welcome, Quantum Leap continues is here. We need to be able to, if we're going to fix anything, right, we all need to get on. And we all need to, to realise that we're all different for a start. Agree to disagree in some cases. And, I agree, level 70, he is too old, but, so is Donald Trump. But, he's, and it's going to take a long while to heal. There's a lot of animosity on the right and the left, and it's like the same's happened in the UK with Brexit. There are families in the UK who are still split apart. They literally broke families. Brexit did. Those who voted for, Nigel Farage's, leave, and those who didn't. It's just caused so many arguments, destroyed families. It actually wrecked my relationship with my father because he was a bit of a Farage lover. And it did. I lost all respect for him. A man that I had a huge amount of respect for because he's a highly skilled woodworker, boat builder. Now I think, he's gone though. He literally died 2 weeks after the vote. I shouldn't laugh, but he did. The irony. Oh, Bernie and Jeremy. I'm not a lover of Jeremy Corbyn for various reasons, but I do agree with a lot of stuff about Jeremy Corbyn, but I'm not that left. Personally. Yeah, Bernie Sanders has been good for the whole world and has been warning about this oligarchy since 1994, and before that probably. He's he used to do the rounds around schools and all sorts of stuff, about politics and stuff like that. He's brilliant, man. Brilliant, man. He's probably done a huge amount of good. Bringing people on the right side, explaining stuff. He's just a good guy, He's not perfect. No one's perfect, are they? But, he's just one of the decent ones. Yep, Bernie is respected here by the real UK citizens, all Scots, Welsh and Irish. Not the English. I'm English, sure. I respect Bernie. Don't tack us all with the same brush, will you? Crikey. And besides, a lot of the Welsh, they voted for Brexit. That they did. Oh, now it's the immigrants. It's the English immigrants coming into Wales. Oh, very low bit, my friend. Tesla sales are absolutely crashing out in Europe. There they are. Crikey. The car sales, the car portion of Tesla is in the deficit. It's in the black. It's buggered. There's all the other parts of stuff regarding the environmental stuff and stuff like that. That's still making profits, and all the government stuff that they do is still making money. But car sales, oh dear. That's what happens when when you give your heart and all that, as he said. Fucking idiot. That is. And we're told America's great, $400 for an idea, literally. You want a boy one? You can have it for. You can have it for what? 30 quid. All right, 30 quid. I'm in profit there, I'll make some money. Go on. 350. 350. No, okay. It's not Menton, that one. I can't remember what that one's called. Not a bit more, is it? No. Oh, it's Sonata, whatever that is. Looks so new. North Star, 2/3 of bankruptcies are due to a medical debt. People are losing their houses over, aren't they? People die over. That's the thing. I just can't understand how anyone could believe or be that hell bent on the system that they've got when their family members end up dying. In the UK, for instance, and in France and that as well, if there's somebody living on the streets and they need help, medical help, they can get it. There's none of this checking your bank balance, or making sure you've got the insurance cover. None of that. And if you bring somebody in off the, that you don't know, you don't get hammered because you brought somebody in you don't know. None of that crap. Michael Moore's Sicko documentary film is a real eye-opener. I don't know if I've seen that. I should have seen it. Medications are deemed necessary for life and are no cost here. Yeah, they shouldn't be. Now, regarding my medication, because I've got fibromyalgia, I have painkillers and shit like that. And I take the L'Oxetine, naproxen, Tramadol, slow release, and so I've got the 100 and the 50. I'll tell you, I don't. Anyone out there who thinks fibromyalgia isn't a thing, you're off your rocker. I'll tell you, it buggers you up. Seriously buggers you up. Some days are fine. Other days it's screwed. Barely walk. It's horrendous. I have to be so mindful of it as well, because I know the signs now as well. It's really cripple you. It's one of the things, isn't it? I do apologise, I'm British too, but I mean, it was more just a slight typo. Oh, but, I get you. But they all have the right to own an AR-15. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it, right? You can... There's so many ways you can get killed in the United States, either through the health service, because there isn't any, because you might not have the cover, or the fact your neighbours all got guns. Actually, family members. There's more guns than people in the United States. It's just crazy. That Second Amendment. That needs some work. It really does. I'm not saying you should take the guns away completely, but a lot of these automatic weapons and shit, assault rifles and shit like that, bump stocks. No, don't want any of that crap. Well, they're bump stocks legal, aren't they? Did Donald Trump make them legal again or illegal? I can't remember. It's just mad. Guns and sin. Why do you need them? I don't see the. I ain't got people use hunting and what have you. I suppose that's your thing. It's also hunting people. No, fibromyalgia is no joke. Oh, you got it as well, have you? Oh, crikey, you have to plan your week, including rest days. I don't have it too bad. I'm quite fortunate like that, but there's other times it buggers me right up. And being as that's why my voice has changed as well. It's affected my vocal. I've where is it? I have to have this stuff. I have to, because too much phlegm and stuff, and it's laid on my vocal cords. And that's what happens is it makes they can't vibrate properly. So because I got too much phlegm, and I just started using menthol. When I just thinking vape, and that has really helped. Just not all the time, just when I get a problem. It helps clear because it's menthol. Before I was just doing vape rub and stuff, and it didn't do anything. French farmer discovers gold mine worth 4 billion euros in his garden. Was it you by any chance? No, unfortunately not. There's a big problem with that, right? The law in France, that's why metal detecting and stuff like that, you can't just go around metal detecting in France, right? That's laws. You see, your treasure is not your treasure. It's the commune's treasure. So, So if you find something in France, don't tell anybody. Keep it to yourself. Take a trip to the United Kingdom or something, and say, I tripped over this stone. Look what I found underneath, or something like that. Do that instead. Be careful, because I've got metal detectors and stuff, and it's you have to get the permission, not just of the landowner. Or if I want to do it here, you see, you have to get permission from your mayor. You can't always get it. So sometimes I say, no, sorry, we don't allow it here, thank you. The thing is, if you find anything, it must, by law, it's really serious. If you don't, if you're in prison, you've got to notify. And that's only if you've got to be certificated to do it, basically. Elbows up. Yes, got to be elbows up. North Star, hello, North Star. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for the laughs and your support of Canada. No, I love Canada. I have got so much respect for Mark Carney. Not just because, he's the Canadian Prime Minister, but for what he did here in the UK. He held his head up high, he did, with Brexit and stuff like that. And he told it as it was. He made some quite big difference regarding back in the sterling post Brexit, and he held. We did lose quite a bit. The value plummeted. We used to get about 145 euros to the pound, and then it dropped down to about 116, pretty much overnight. It's one of them things. But we were still able to do what we needed to do within reason. And that was right at the bloody time. Oh, that's not very helpful when this is going back to the UK, you see, before, or using UK money to buy stuff in the EU, because we're still living, you see, money that from our house sale and stuff in the past. So, not living, we're renovating this house. Although we didn't have much left, to be honest. Squirty cream? What squirty cream? A cup of tea? Oh, yeah, classmate. What's that? What's that? Too much karate? I used to do karate years ago. Where are we? I can barely touch my knees these days, but crikey, whenever we used to go to the old dojo and that, we had to do the warm-ups and stuff. It's flipping press-ups on your knuckles. My knuckles, I'll tell you, they were like, when you play the guitar and you end up like hard skin on your fingers. My knuckles were like calluses. They were horrendous. It was oh, crikey, that's hard work. Loved it though. Loved it. I was a lot younger then. I have metal plates in my arm. Oh my god! And sometimes I wish my friend Ian did not have a metal detector. Now, my dad had a lot of metal plates and stuff in his legs and stuff, and you reckon he could tell the weather? He knew what's going to rain. Oh dear. How's the UK now? Getting taken over, pretty much. Well, I don't go back to the United Kingdom much at all. No. Thanks a lot, North Star, for that. It was much appreciated. I don't go to the UK. Oh, look at him. Oh, bless his little cotton socks. He has got some socks. I don't like them though. But yeah, I've been to the UK for years now. Caroline's just come back to the UK and brought her mother-in-law with her. Mother-in-law's just returned back to the UK. But last time I went back, it changed so much. I can imagine it's changed again. There's a lot of house building and stuff like that. And we used to live in the country. And it's just, it don't feel like the country anymore. It just feels like suburbs. It's just that everything's just joining up in Norfolk. It's quite a desirable place to build, you see, because the house prices are growing pretty rapidly. A lot of money to be made, isn't there? I ruined it. Who's going to go rusty in the rain? Oh, you pat the plates. Your plates go rusty in the rain. We searched for World War II site where Germany had a huge underground manufacturing facility. Found it, but we were scared to go in. Blimey. Now, in Germany, where there's the old forge where they used to build the tanks and stuff like that, there's all gardens now. Whereabouts was that in Germany? Don't say somewhere. It was, I want to visit that. I'd love to go visit. It looks fantastic. And there's various places here that are quite cool to come to. In France, you got very close to where I am, a place called Orador-sur-Glane, the massacre, and that's a very interesting place. It's a bit reminder of brutality of man. And if you want to go sort of, no, not far from Normandy, but a little away from Normandy, but nearer north towards Belgium, there's a place called La Capole, and that is where there's a big concrete dome, and has a little network of all these tunnels. and it was basically a manufacturing factory and launch site of the V1 bombs, the buzz bombs, which had the old pulse jets on, and then there was the V2, which was being developed. Then the idea was the V2 was going to be launched from through the dome and what have you. It got blew up in the. I think it was the Americans. I think that there was a Brit inside and who. I think they opened the dome or something. Anyway, they got blown up. So that stopped that. But if that they would have been able to launch one every 30 minutes. One of these V2 missiles, and they were basically they were guided missiles basically, and it was an interesting place to visit. Definitely an interesting place to visit. All these things should be reminders of the brutality of man, and like say what's going on. You think what's going on at the moment in Pakistan, India, and Gaza, and obviously Ukraine. How horrendous! Can you imagine it? I watched a little clip earlier. This poor chap who was a soldier. He's just shell shocked, absolutely shell shocked. He's a broken man now. You just see he's just absolutely broken. Can't imagine the trauma and post trauma and that as well. It must be horrendous. You think what happened to people, in Afghanistan, Americans in Afghanistan and obviously Brits as well, and Ukrainians come to that. Iraq. Oh, because the India-UK trade deal all day. Yeah, I'll tell you what though, it seems to me wherever JD Vance visits, they'll either be or peg it, like the Pope, or there's a war. They start launching bombs and stuff. JD Vance, everyone hates him. Seal the deal. There we go. There we go. There we go. The place is near. The Terezin Czech Republic, where they held the Jewish people. They took to the underground tank facility. Ooh, scary. And we found it seeing farmers who took and reused fence posts the Germans had used. Now, I used to do work for, excuse me, a guy called Arnold Pye, right? And he was on the bridge of River Kwai. And he showed me his knees once and his back. His knees were smashed with a sledgehammer. He's dead now, it's a long time ago. The sledgehammer, they're mangled, effectively it's like broken to one side, so he couldn't walk properly. He had all new knees in the end. Obviously, he'd been back there several times. He had, twice while I was working for him, doing jobs for him. Lovely guy, it's very interesting. And it's back. Oh my God, it's back. I say about the brutality of man, no matter where you're from and stuff. It's when you're in those situations, people can, soldiers can be just evil. He had all these bamboo whip marks on his back, and it festers. So these flipping whip marks on his back, like that wide they were, all crisscrossed on his back. It's just scarred. It's just it's horrendous. I have to got to give him his dues. He was quite had to put antagonistic, and a wind-up merchant as well. Lovely guy, really. But can you imagine going through that? The Japanese can be brutal people. So I wouldn't put it past them to do what they said they're going to do if the United States don't calm down with their tariffs. Well, they said they would dump 1.1 trillion in US dollars because that's how much debt they own. They call it the nuclear option, they said. Could you imagine what that would do to the US economy? 1.1 trillion just dumped on the dollar, which is crippling. Oh, you've been to Orador 4 times, eh? Crikey. I could beat you that. I've probably been there 12, 15 times. It's the one. It's when you got friends and guests, your family come. Oh, I want to go to Orador, Siglin. So I've took them there. So I've been several times. But where I live now is actually the place that the German, the Germans were supposed to be heading for, but they were given information by the resistance. That, oh no, that's not the right place to go. It's over there, so to speak. And the reason for it was there's a lot more there's a lot of resistance in this area. You see, we had the Marquis and what have you. You got the Bourbon Forest and places like that where the Marquis were hiding, and there's a lot of resistance in where I am. So, but there was a lot of communist Spaniards and Italians who had fled, but they're not very nice individuals anyway. That's pretty much the reason why they were given. They knew they're going to come anyway. They couldn't stop them from coming. And this was 1940. The war it pretty much ended at that point. It had ended at that point. Okay, was it the 10th of June? 10th of June, I think it was, when it was all in retaliation. Apparently there was a corporal or something being held by the resistance. But they went to the wrong place. They went to Orador Glen instead of Orador Severe. May peace prevail over the world one day. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice if we all could just get on and party together, like one big happy family? Wouldn't that be nice? Why have we all got war? What the hell? Whatever race, creed, religion you are, I don't know, you should all be able to get on. Doesn't make any sense. There's no logic in this. No one benefits. Unless you're going to try and steal Greenland, of course, It's mental. Or annex Greenland and steal Canada. 51st state. It's like, what madman comes... Oh, that's Donald Trump. Futanari videos. I don't even know what Futanari videos are, so I'm going to just check that. So, see whether or not there's anything I should know about and whether or not I'm going to hide you. What? No. If you say crap like that, you can find yourself. You can go away. There you go. Bye. Yeah, we only hope. Yeah, please. Yes, this would be nice. It would be nice. Freedom for Scotland! Scottish independence! For Independence Day. Blimey. I'll tell you what, that one day. But there again, this trade deal with India is going to help Scotland. There definitely will be more spirits sold, whiskies and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe not to religious folk, maybe. Anyway, I've always fancied visiting Orador Glen. Might do it finally in August when I'm off work for a few weeks. Driving down from Scotland on a motorbike. Well, I got a motorbike. Onto the Eurostar and Bob's Yarny. Well, if you are going to Orador Glen, there wouldn't be that far away to give us a visit if you like. Just let us know what you're up to if you want to come for a cuppa or beer or something. Oh yeah, because some fool invented money. Yeah. Why can't I have credits? Why can't it be like, I don't know, like Star Trek? Go there. Creepy. What's creepy? The Magnot line for... Oh, I see. Oh, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? What is this channel? It's actually a political channel, but I've sort of got past the politics bit. We're just chatting at the minute. So we were talking about the trade deal regarding the United Kingdom, and also you got a new pope. Yeah, it said the Grey spoke. the white smoke or whatever smoke it is. Anyway, some smoke coming out the chimney, and you got yourself an American Pope who hates Donald Trump and JD Vance because they like to put kids in cages. It's not very Christian, you see. No. New Pope is not a Trump fan. Nope, he's not. Hello, Dave McGuinness. I hope you're well, my friend. We got Scottish independence as well. I know you want Scottish independence. I think Scotland deserves it after everything they've been through with Westminster. Crikey, it's just nuts. You know that. You know how I feel about it. I don't want Scotland to leave, but I think it has to. I think it find its own charter, its own course, so to speak. Might be a few waypoints doing, but it'll get there. It'll get there. I think sometimes you're better off on your own. If it means you can get close to the European Union, that is. Access to all those countries. Get on with more people. That's the thing about the European Union, the member states. Everyone think of the European Union being one thing. It's not. It is a group of countries that have to they work together. They're in the council. They're in the commission. They're there. They're working together, or they should be. We've got a couple of anomalies, such as Hungary and Slovakia, but maybe there should be a system where you can pause them. You can pause their membership. They still get freedom of movement and stuff like that, but they'll get their money. Lose certain benefits and stuff. Oh yeah, they've been doing that, haven't they? So Trump didn't get the Pope job. No, but Trump wasn't going to be the Pope. He was going to be the Poop. Has anyone said that? Let's see if I can find that for you. Oh my God, that's so funny. You got Donald Trump as the Pope. We all know that one. Okay, what about Trump? Poop. Pope. Pope. Can I find it? Oh, I have found it. Oh, here it is. Oh my, yeah, look at that. That's so funny. Why is it doing that? Do I want that? Do I want that one? No. Open it. Oh no, open image. Open strong button. There we go. Allow me to introduce the Poop. I'm going to have to bring it up over here. Here he comes. How about that? That is the Poop. Okay? Why couldn't we have the Poop? I wanted the Poop. I did. There you go. There's the Poop. I'll even have a bit. Donald Poop. Oh, there. Hello, confirm. Oh, do you do? Just smile and wave. Smile and wave. Like a royal wave. Oh, we got our king. He ain't very well, is he? Harry, he got a bit of trouble, didn't he? He said, I don't know how much longer he's got. He said, oh, fucking, the king wasn't very happy about that. No, he ain't talking to him now, is he? No. Vindaloo. Vindaloo's got vinegar in it. It hasn't. It's got vinegar. Vindaloo in it. The Vindaloo. The hottest curry is not actually Vindaloo. It's actually it's a proper hot madras. Anyone want an imported curry? Chicken tikka masala. It's a British curry. The FBI run. Oh no, the FBI run. What? It's gone up again. Back down again. Where are you going? That's a good pick, isn't it? Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah, it's shithead. Oh dear. Oh well, never mind, Donny. Everyone has fun at old Donny's expense. And that they do. And that they should. That they should, yes. Oh dear. I'll give Donald for not start. He's starting wars. Do you on TV? Oh, well, I've got to take a green. You don't think that's going to start a war? He's going to have to enact Article 5 on himself of NATO. he's gone and bombing, Yemen and what have you. Of course, he's getting involved in wars. He's a fucking warmonger. Is Donald Poop. And it's a trade war. That's a war. Hard wars have been fought for less, you know. I didn't know about the tikka masala. Ah, well, that's a British curry, that. That's mild, you see. Yeah, I like hot curries, mate. That's not Dixie hots, the eyes melt. No. Hello, Vertigo. I hope you're well. How's it in Finland? See, that's the thing I like about this is you've got loads of people here from different places around the world. Got Prague, got Finland, got France, the United States, got Canada. You know, places around the world. It's quite nice, really, isn't it? Germany and Scotland. Got to remember, it's a country. Scotland. I think my live is 5 minutes behind you, all shorts, and that I may have to join your membership to get front row chat. It's amazing how many wars are fought over religion, I know. It's always been the same, isn't it? It's always been the same. Wars been fought over religion. I ain't really got a problem. If people believe that sort of stuff and that means some good comes out of it. People get looked after and what have you, and if it makes people feel good about themselves or help others and stuff, well, that's the SOB. What's the problem with that? But when it starts getting a little bit, how to put it, what's going on in Gaza and, between Jewish religion and Muslims and that, it's just, it becomes unbearable. You look what's going on in China and that as well, and the Uyghur Muslims and stuff, and then you look what's going on in Pakistan, and again, it's religion. Everything's bloody religion, and it's what the hell? Why can't we just live together? Why are we all to be bloody well fighting over shit? It doesn't make any sense. Don't make any sense. It's just everyone just sort of attack each other all, and the rhetoric and the speech, and the warmongering. Oh, let's say what Donald Trump's been doing. He has been warmongering, pissing everybody off. Europe, for instance, is pushing back. They're saying, well, no, we don't want your weapons now. They're up in their own manufacturing. Like for instance, Rheinmetall in Germany. That company's just literally gone from last time I looked at, it's 3 times bigger than it was in January. This is because of Donald Trump. Grown bigly it is. Bigly. I mean, you consider that Germany's economy was really suffering, and now look what's going on over there now. It's just literally just doing very well for themselves. It's not perfect yet, but they're beating their way through it. There's some positivity, and they've got a new chancellor as well. Dorco. Rutland. Blimey, Rutland. Crikey. Been to Rutland. Let's go through there. Rutland. I think that's Rutland. Was it Rutland? Yeah, let's go through Rutland instead of the other route. Something. When I was driving back from London to Norfolk, sometimes I'll go through Rutland for the hell of it, just to. What was Rutland? I think it was Rutland. Yeah. It's amazing how many wars are fought over religion, and you're not wrong there. So why do people hate Trump for cleaning up crap? For cleaning up corruption! The most corrupt president! Oh, he is horrendous! The man is using his meme coin to take bribes! Seriously? Cleaning up... He is corruption. With a capital C. Why do people hate Trump for cleaning up corruption? You gotta be joking. Seriously, can't you see what is in front of your face? This is what I don't get. I hope you're joking. I hope you're just having a laugh. He stopped the Houthis attacking the ships. No, he didn't. He blew some families up. That's what he did. In Yemen. Trump is telling you what he wants you to hear. He don't know what's going on. He told you that, the deal's very, very soon. You're very, very close to a deal with China and whatever. Then, a couple of days later, you hear that we haven't spoken to him yet. We haven't talked. What the hell? Come on, it's all about deception. Constant deception. He's talking about attacking. So he made it quite clear that, military force isn't off the table regarding taking Greenland. You think what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all the Muslims, our guards, and there's going to be sunny condos everywhere. Beachfront properties. Oh, there's a lovely bit of beachfront there, What the hell? Come on. 1 minute say, I better come back, and then say, no, they won't. It's genocide. Just like he's doing in the UK. You're not trying to tell me it's a good thing what he's doing regarding immigration in the United States. That's not how you treat people. There's one thing dealing with a problem. I'm not saying you haven't got a problem with immigration. You possibly have. I don't know. But the way he's going about it is beyond the pale. Christy Gnomes is beyond the pale. Cosplay Christy Gnomes is beyond the pale. You can't tell if that woman's laughing, smirking, or whatever. Her face is so fucking tight. Look at her picture. Look at her from 10 years ago. She looks like a different person. She has so much plastic surgery and fillers. And you look at her neck and her skin and that. Oh my God, look, she looks like she's 80. Yes, the MAGA found me. Bring it on, MAGA. Bring it on. I bet you I know more what's going on than you do. Nonsense, Panda says nonsense. Is it? Alright, you're not going to do your research then. That's fine. If you're so far down the old the MAGA tunnel, blinking, and it tapers down and down and down to infinity until you get to Donald Trump's chocolate starfish. What you're suckling on. It's just nuts. Absolute nuts. It's not doing you any favours. Your GDP, your gross domestic product, is badly hit. Your ability to trade with the world is badly hit. Your ability to actually manufacture in the United States is badly hit because of Donald Trump and his tariffs. Your relationship with Canada, for Christ's sake. The personables, the people who, quite frankly, were just nice. Oh, right, we'll get the nicer ease and there'll be a pushover. Well, that's backfired, didn't it? And now you got Mark Carney as the Prime Minister of Canada. Sitting there in the White House thinking, oh God, when's this man going to shut up? His face. Donald Trump is like verbal diarrhea, a bit like me at the moment. Like verbal diarrhea. He just, I tell you what, I'm sure he's ambidextrous. He must be suckling in his own chocolate starfish. Ooh, give me more. Ooh, okay. I'll tell you what, that man is just horrendous. Horrendous. Problem with MAGA is they're blind. They're blind to the obvious. It's called a cult. It is a cult. That's exactly what it is. He is a foul excuse of a human being. Deporting people who are, shouldn't be deported, quite frankly. And then refusing to bring them back when they've already admitted they made a mistake. Doctoring photographs, just so you can try and make a point. MS-13 on and that. No, it wasn't. Bollocks. It's photoshopped. Then he's doing disgusting things like showing himself as the Pope, when quite frankly he's the poop. Oh, he can't be serious. He must be a troll. Yes, he must be a troll. Oh, nonsense, he said. Oh, it's just maddening. It's maddening. Europe existed before the US. Well, Europe and, say, for instance, the United Kingdom were joined at the hip, they were. Until something happened. A big landslide or something happened, I don't know. We're at the US. We're at the United States. Europe be in serious trouble. I think you're a little bit mistaken there. If you look at the amount of troops, for instance, we've got in Europe, we've got nuclear here as well. Don't forget that. It's not just the United Kingdom with their American missiles. We've got France is a massive nuclear power, and they're up in it. And also, France and Germany are doing a negotiation at the moment. Putting, they're talking about being the nuclear umbrella basically for Europe now. Everyone's pushing back at the United States. Pushing back now. The United States has had too much fucking power for too long. And when the United States said jump, we've all fucking jumped. Even Ukraine. Even though Donald Trump, the draft dodger, criticised Ukraine. Ukraine was there after 9/11. They went and fought for the United States. The hypocrisy of it all is just absolutely ludicrous. Ban them all shorts, ban them! I think it's quite funny. Do you support the mutilation of children? No, that's why I don't support Donald Trump. Yeah. I don't support a man who will get a lapdog dance off his daughter. I don't support people like that. No, that's a fair point, yeah. I don't support a man who would go into the changing room where all the 14-year-old girls are getting changed in a pageant and in their knickers and shit, gawping at them and telling them that, and if you want to do well at this pageant, you need to see me later. No, I don't support him. No, yeah, he's a creepy little fecker, isn't he? So no. No, I don't support the mutilation of, or humiliation, or the manipulation, or the rape, or the sex offence. No. By Donald Trump and his lackeys. Take the L Panda is in the wrong chat, yes. Loser Panda is in the wrong, I think so. Do you enjoy men beating women? If you're talking about, I can't remember her name, it's actually a female. If you talk about the one that Donald Trump was going on about, who beat that girl and who gave up, was a woman. But all her life. So if you want to believe the shit that Donald Trump is spouting, that's up to you. Donald Trump posted adverts to hang black men who were accused of a crime that they were acquitted of. They didn't do it. Donald Trump's an idiot. Plain and simple. I think I'm going to put you on timeout because you're talking a load of bollocks. You're now spamming the chat. So you're going on timeout, alright? Yeah. We'll see you another day. Not today, though. Goodbye, Panda. Panda's gone. Oh dear, what a shame. Oh, what's Steve going to say? Europe, 155 billion in aid. The US, 66 billion. Yeah, exactly. The European Union is a huge economy. It's not as big as the United States, to be fair, but it is still a very big economy. But also, we don't have an economy that's been ripped off by pharmaceutical companies. Gawping is a good word. Gawp. God, I haven't heard that word for a long time. Oh god, we got another one there. Here we go again. I've got another idiot. That's it. Here you go. Oh dear, what a shame. You do get some stupid people, don't you? Well done, Rule. I don't. Some people are lost. I don't think you're hidden. I think some people are lost. I don't think you'd ever. Some people aren't for the turning until they feel it in their own pocket and their own families, and they think, "Oh, maybe I was wrong," and they won't admit it. Still, they're just, they're just coward for a bit. No factories are being built. They're not. And the factories, there's always factories that are being shut down. They have, well, they haven't got the tooling. It's not the factory itself that's got to be built, it's the tooling. The machines have got to be built. That's what takes the time, all the programming, the setting up. It takes a long time. Now, my father-in-law used to work in a bottle factory, and he used to be a technician. He did that for a while. And there's all these micro switches and programming. This is several years ago, and it took time to set everything up with his plastics factory to make all these bottles. And, they come down these machines, and the molds come across, and the bottle comes out, And there's a lot of processing regarding the grains that's used for the plastics and the recycling for the plastics, and so it's really complicated shit. It takes time, and all this stuff's got to be made, it's got to be built. Everything is specialised for every single job, or got to be programmed for every single job. The panels of, I don't know, your Rancho, and a Mustang, they're not the same, are they? They've got to be built in the same factories. You need multiple factories. And a lot of these products, so they ship backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards until they're finalised and end up in the car. Oh, yeah, I've heard that too, Nathan. Those bone spurs can be quite painful. Captain Bone Spurs. Oh, dear. Yeah, it takes years and not months. They're saying about like semiconductor factories, such as for CPUs and stuff. The really technical shit. That can take up to 10 years to build one in factories. To get it all set up properly. In full, from start to finish. Boo-hoo, Panda has gone. Yeah, I put it on timeout. Because it was getting a bit much. Just spam in the chat. It's called "A Leopards Are Eating My Face." You're not wrong. And it is. Shoot yourself in your own foot, so to speak. Oh, we got another idea. Where's that? Who's that? Come on. There we go. What's good? Right, here we go. Let me come. Oh god, here we go. Got another one. It's gone. He was never officer material. He wasn't Captain Private Bone Spurs. Or he was. So, FABs take 4 years to build, then 4 years to run to 100%. And that does not include planning and funding. Oh, good point. And planning permission, planning the project itself, getting all the approvals in place, power, infrastructure. It all takes time, doesn't it? It's not gonna happen overnight. I got my back blown. Oh my god. 3, 4, and 5 are all buggered. Ooh. 80% from the VA. Veteran Association. Crikey. I can't imagine it. Had Chump made it to Vietnam, commissioned as at the butter bar, he would have been fragged. What? Oh dear. They're in the walls. They're all in the walls. Got records on the walls. Got records on those walls and those walls. Oh, yeah. I do like my LPs. I do like my music. Trump works for Putin and uses his play, but he does it pretty much, doesn't he? You know, and Donald Trump was invited along with other leaders to Moscow. But when Zelensky heard about this, he made a post saying, "Can't guarantee anybody's safety." Oh dear. Please. Please. A little drone would do the job. Please. Just go library for that. A lot of equipment which the USA factories use are imported. Well, a lot of the equipment, like for instance, are they made in the Netherlands? A lot of these chip machines. Are they made in the Netherlands? I think they are. There's a company, I think it's in the Netherlands, that make all these. China's not used them. I think China's got a different sort of system in place, haven't they? But they're moving very fast on them now with the CPUs. I wish we could put Trump in the walls too. Yes, please. Nail him up. Nail him up, I say. Nail him up. Yeah, do it. He thinks he's God, doesn't he? He wants to be the Pope, you know. He thinks he's Jesus, man. Nail him to the cross. That'll do the job, wouldn't it? Oh, please. Please, you know. The only problem is, you try and nail that, it'll just go squishy. He'll dribble down. Like he will. Oh, blimey. Right old mess. With his shit emoji head. Oh, dear. So, okay. Over the World Cup in America, fans may end up in this. Oh, good point. Yeah, he's going on about this, right? Oh, JD Vance is saying about people visiting the US, having a good time, but gotta go back. Or else she might go to El Salvador. You got sent to Christy Gnomes. Yeah, cosplay Christy. Oh dear me. Die rare Donny. There he is. Oh my Gideon. It's the madness of it all that gets me. It's just absolutely crazy. I do wonder what the end game is here. Well, we know what the end game is. I mean, what is actually going to happen? Is he going to get his way and have total control? Because that's where they're heading. A couple of months. That's all they need. About 2 months, I reckon. And they'll be screwed. Look how much he's done in the last 3 months. Your rights are going to be gone, unfortunately. At least the Pope knows to stay away from JD, yeah. He's the soul eater, is JD Vance. The soul eater. Life of Brian. Aim through that rock! Oh. At least the Pope knows to stay away. God, JD Vance's turned out to be a right hard critter, isn't he? Yeah, I can see the World Cup being a flop as well. Stop the greed. I think no one's going to turn up. Even the players are going to be, hang on, I'm not going. You're joking, aren't you? I'm going to end up in the gulag. America won the World Cup by default. The rest of the world, wait, what? That would be how Donald Trump sees it. Oh, I didn't turn up with one then. Oh dear. I wouldn't be surprised either. I really wouldn't. That's the sort of thing he'd do, isn't it? I can't give it to he's one for the laughs, isn't he? But it's the seriousness of it all, what's going on, and the power that he's got is beyond belief. It's wow. It's madness. It's just madness what's going on. Now the UK has got like a tariff agreement with the United States, which is it just seems a bit crazy and all. Everything seems absolute mad. But Donald Trump is happy, sitting at his little desk there. Yeah, Peter Mandelson's there somewhere. He's not in the picture. He's sitting, actually, Peter Mandelson's over here. He's not in the photo. Yeah, he's not there. Because he was there. Peter Mansell, he's a creep, I tell you. Now, Peter Mansell, the UK ambassador for the US, he was very critical of Donald Trump, called what's those little names, yeah? And then he's the ambassador. Then again, so did JD Vance and so did Marco Rubio. They all called him nasty little names. All those little, these little chosen people, they're the chosen ones. They're chosen reporters and stuff. Yeah, they're the chosen ones. All they want to get a few words out of Donald Trump. Oh, it's a big trade deal. It's bigly, it is, yeah. But no, it's not. No, the Messiah, no, he's a very naughty boy. He is. Donald Trump, he's not the Messiah, he's just a naughty boy. A very naughty boy. So, removes tariffs on UK steel and aluminium. That is actually really good for the UK because we were in a bit of a shit place regarding that factory. But a lot of that's done to help the car industry in the US. It's not just about the UK. They benefit. Well, we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. Right, here we go. But, at least you've got a new pope. Let's look on the bright side. You've got a new pope and the black or white, whatever colour smoke that was. So President Trump sent his well wishes and he wants to meet the pope. I look forward to meeting the pope, he said. Did Donald Trump. Yeah. But there again, the new pope was not very happy regarding how they've been treating the migrants. The thing is, just they dropped the phone off. It's not actually illegal to be, and there's no such thing as an illegal. An undocumented migrant is not an illegal. It's no different than having a speeding fine. Stupid. Oh dear. But there you are, look. There's your Pope. Is your Pope Leo. Hello, Leo. Yeah, Pope Leo. Yes, he's an American Pope. Got an American Pope you have. Blimey, he looks so pleased with himself, doesn't he? Now, I just hope he's not I don't, yeah. Oh, okay. His previous retweeted posts about Trump's bad hombres line fueling racism and messages in support of deferred action for childhood arrivals. The new Pope also shared an op-ed from the National Catholic Reporter titled "JD Vance is wrong. Jesus doesn't ask us to rank our love for others," following comments the Vice President made on Fox News back in February. During the interview, Vance said there is a Christian concept that you love your family, and then you love your neighbour, and then you love your community, and then you love your fellow citizen, and then after that, prioritise the rest of the world. Just idiot. A lot of the far left have completely inverted that, apparently. You see, it's just apparently anyone on the left, the left lunatics, loony left lunatics or something, loony left. It's just Donald Trump. He's just such an idiot. Just a mad man. Just look at him. Oh, yeah. He's like a puffer fish. Let's stay that mouth. How come his mouth is so small? I don't get it. And why has he missed his ears and his eyes? With his spray tan, whatever that is. Is it spray tan, or is it where his little glasses go when he's been, I don't know, radiating his face? God. Couldn't even tie his tie properly, yeah? Look, the state of that tie. Crikey. He's a little bit dishevelled. Everything dope, including the Pope, comes from Chicago, apparently. God's sake. Anyway, I'm going to have to love you and leave you because it's past midnight and they're about to turn into pumpkin. All right, so I am going to call it a night and thank everybody for joining us. Like I say, beat the whole like button maybe, and because it all helps the channel. I need all the help we can get. That we do. So, breathe. Time to go. I'm still there. Oh, blimey. Anyway, thanks for joining us. If you want to leave a super chat, no, thanks to those who already did. That's not how you spell it. That's thanks. I don't know if I had any. Did I have any spanners in the works here? Did I have any spanners? Moderators? Yeah, little spanners. No, I definitely had any spanners there today. But if there was, I'd like to thank them as well. So, yeah, stick with your fresh Scots. Stick with your Angus beef, all right? Stick with it. Yeah, don't keep away from all that, impregnated stuff. Oh yeah, don't forget your small hands, President's tiny hands. A Big Mac of Christ, amen. Pepsi of Christ, amen. Was that Donny Pope? See you next time. Yeah, we'll do. This is the second time we've been live today. I just remembered. Anyway, toodaloo. Do.